Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Aurora City Council's Committee of the Whole. It is Monday, August 10th, 2015. Mr. Wyckoff, please call the roll.
Ms. Barner?
Present.
Ms. Grandillo?
Here.
Mr. Hatridge? Mr. Horvath? Here. Mr. Kovach?
Present.
Mr. Cudley?
Here.
Ms. McDougald? Mr. Vaca?
Present.
Mr. Wolf?
Here.
Thank you. The first item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes for the July 27th, 2015 meeting. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any additions, comments, corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, all in favor of adopting those minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, those minutes are adopted. Under new business, the first item is A, employees generally for the service department. Mr. True?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you. The service department has two positions that are vacant due to the resignation of one employee and the retirement of another. So we're requesting these two employees be added to employees generally, pending civil service testing waiver requirements and also the pre-application of testing and background requirements. We're looking at September 1st hire date, but we're trying to get through the procedures right now.
Right, and the administration is asking that this be pushed on to tonight's council's agenda for action and approval. Is there a motion to?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to forward this to council for action this evening. Seeing no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that motion passes. Item B is a line item transfer. Mayor?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. This is a transfer within the Landmark Commission's budget to pay an additional amount for signs, historical signs that we're having redone for the city. And they had a money allocated there that had not been spent and will not be spent, so it's available just to add to the payment for these signs. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Any comments or questions? And this is being asked to go on tonight's council's agenda for action.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mr. Vaca?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Madam Mayor, is this the sign at the historic marker for the Jogga Lake area also? Is that involved in this?
Mr. Vaca, Mr. Chairman, I think perhaps the chairman could respond more directly. No, that I don't think that sign is included in this, but it is being pursued. But I think Mr. Cudley could shed more light on that.
Right. The markers that are being requested to be approved are replacing the markers that are at the beginning and the exit of each of the historic districts. Those are the ones. The Jogga Lake marker is in process.
Okay.
That's a historic marker with the Ohio Preservation Society.
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Ms. Barner?
Thank you, Councilman Cudley. I just wanted to comment on the sign. I think it's a very attractive-looking sign. I don't know who designed it, but if this is the sign you're going with, it's a beautiful sign. It definitely represents historical, in my opinion, so I don't know if credit due. It looks great, and I believe, is it over by the old train area? I thought whether this was one of their placement when you say the area, so I think it'll look outstanding, because it actually looks sort of like a train
Right.
appearance to it, so.
Right.
Very-
There are actually 8 markers going up
I
for
noticed that on the map down at the bottom of
Right.
the key.
the Central Historic District. They'll have, wherever you enter into the district, there'll be a sign. And also down at the Station Depot.
Exactly,
Right
that's
there.
where I was referring to. And I
Right.
think it looks like a Station Depot type of looking sign,
Right.
so terrific, thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much. We have a motion and it's been seconded.
Yeah.
Seeing no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that motion passes. Item C under new business is the CRA agreement for AKMA Development LLC.
Yes,
Mr. Paul?
Acma Development has, and they've operated in the city under Express Systems and Parts, and they've requested an abatement. They've only been in there, they bought that facility just a short time ago, and already they're asking for an increased space and consideration for an abatement. And they're making an investment of almost $500,000 out there. And we've got Miss Patty Brill here, and she's from the company, and I'd like her to say just a couple of words to inform you what the company does and so forth.
Okay, thank you. Ma'am, if you step to the podium and identify yourself, please.
I have business cards that show about the company. My name is Patty Brill. I'm the office manager for Express System and Parts Network. ACMA Development is owned by the owner of Express Systems, Akram Abdallah. He's been owner of Express Systems for 17 years. We have moved into the building on Harris Drive 7 years ago. We purchased it. We buy and sell used medical equipment from the Cleveland Clinic, UH hospitals. Domestically, we go out to Wisconsin. We'll go as far as the East Coast to New York to purchase MRIs, CAT scans, ultrasounds. We either buy them as complete systems and turn around and sell them domestically to smaller clinics, facilities, and we also sell internationally to Canada, Mexico, South America. We did a $500,000 to $1 million project with a facility that was starting up from the ground in Ghana. We are currently, I believe it's about 20,000 square feet in building. And we are currently renting probably about another 10,000 square feet from a warehouse in Garrettsville to store our overflow of equipment due to space size, because we have part of our warehouse set up as a showroom so that when we have clients, like we have a client in right now from Turkey looking at a CT scanner that he purchased that we're going to be creating and sending out in a container to one of his facilities overseas. So we'd like to try and get everything under one house, which will enable us to also hire additional 3 to 4 more employees to help the business in Aurora. We'd like to stay and expand our business in Aurora because of the community and the involvement that we, have been in.
Okay, thank you. We like businesses that are doing well, and especially those that are in Aurora, so very good. Mr. Vaca.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I got one question. Do you renovate or repair these equipment, or are you just a broker?
A little bit of both. We don't refurbish them, we recondition them, we'll repaint them and make them look cosmetically nice. We don't have the staff completely yet. We have somebody on staff that can technically repair the items, but not to the full extent. So that's something that we're looking at. We've been in communication with Remington College to see if they have engineers that we can, like an intern type of program. We have been for the past 2 years utilizing Kent State University's intern program and have had a couple valuable employees, one that we actually hired on full-time as one of our sales reps.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Horvat.
I guess my question, Mr. Chairman, would be for Mr. Paul.
Yes.
Mr. Paul, was there an abatement for the first part of this?
She's been there 7 years. No, this is the first abatement that they've received. The building probably did receive when it was constructed an abatement, but that has expired. So.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Horvat. Ms. Barner?
Thank you, Mr. Cudley. First of all, I'd like to say congratulations to you. That's outstanding that you're obviously growing as a company successfully and profitably.
Thank you.
And thank you for obviously choosing Aurora to put your business here and to grow it here. That always makes us all tickled here because it benefits us, everyone in this room, as well as the community. So thank you very much, and I hope that this will, in fact, in addition, help you guys even grow more so.
Thank you.
With that, and with the hiring another employee too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. Administration's asking that this be placed on council's agenda for this evening for a first reading.
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to forward this to council for its first reading. Seeing no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that motion passes. Our last new business item is item D, a CRA for ABR Management LLC. Mr. Paul?
Yes, ABR has requested an abatement. They are going to build a new facility on Route 43. And I thought they were going to be here this evening, but maybe Mr. Burge can explain a little bit of what their plans are. They are investing $3.5 million out there, so they're doing a pretty large investment, and it is a fun center that will be opening, so. Jack?
Mr. Burge?
Thank you, Mr. President, members of council. I'm sorry that they're not here this evening. I would have liked to had you meet the Abramoviches. I've been working with them for now almost a year. And when they first came to me, one of the things that impressed me the most was their workup to get before anybody in Aurora. They had what they spent many thousands of dollars on to prepare a business plan. And it showed that we were in the epicenter of where they wanted to be. And the first thing they asked for was a building. And we didn't have anything that was appropriate for what they want to do. And they wanted to do a family fun center. And I think I've told several members of council, if you want to Google WOW, W-O-W, factory, and there's one in Florida, I think it's in Miami, it'll give you a little indication of what this business is going to be, because that business is going to be their mentor. It's going to be their model. The Abramoviches have been involved in real estate here in the city of Cleveland. They live in Pepper Pike, and they recently sold the management real estate company that they were in charge of. They have a contract to stay with them for another year or so, and they're investing that money here in the city of Aurora. The building that they want to build, which is about 28,000 square feet, give or take, will house inside only all these venues for family fun and entertainment. And they say it starts from anywhere at 4 years old to, I guess, all the way to adults. And I say that even though their target market is 4 to 14, because they do have some plans to also bring in our corporate businesses and have some days of team building activities during the day when the children are in school. You can go to this Family Fun Center and you can buy a ticket for all the venues, of which there'll be about 7 or 8. Or you can buy a ticket for one of the venues. By venues, I mean these. There will be bumper cars. There will be a room where you can walk across ropes. There will be a room where you can play laser tag. There will be a rock climbing wall. There will be a ninja rock climbing wall, which I understand is very, very difficult. And I've only seen it on video. In the middle, there's also a toddler room. So that's where it starts in the toddler stage and goes up to the age of about 14 for these active businesses. And the Abramoviches just walked in, so I am going. I'd like to introduce Elena and Yuri Abramovich. These are the people who are going to build the Family Fun Center. I kind of stepped in for you and told them, it was telling the council a little bit about your business. You can do it much better than I, so sorry to throw you right at the podium, but please go ahead.
So basically, we want to open up a family entertainment center for families to get together, play with their kids. This is going to be for ages from 4 to 11. We're going to have different activities in there, like bumper cars, rope courses, laser tags, little cafe.
We've been doing a lot of research for the last 3.5 years, researching different cities, different counties, doing research on demographics, on real estate trends, and a lot of different things that will affect our business, and also just to understand the city that we want to be in and what kind of things it will help us with in our business. We're investing over $5.5 million into this project and our family well-being and financial. So we want to make sure it works and successful for everybody involved. And we believe this is one of a kind facility. And it's an amazing opportunity for us and for this community to bring businesses from all over, an hour, 2-hour radius. You know, this is going to be a destination where people are going to come not just for 5 minutes. It's going to be 2-3 hours to spend in our facility. So it's going to be a planned event where people are going to come and spend quality time together with their family, bringing communities together. So we're really excited, and we hope you're excited.
Okay.
And we hired a group of professionals to assist us with this project, including Curtis Laird. They're one of the builders. So
The builders.
they're the builders, and we partnered up with Huntington Bake, who was excellent in assisting us in getting approved for the financing. So we're super excited about this.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Kovac, you had a question?
No.
Comment? No?
Wolf.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wolf.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is the property adjacent to Manaway Grain and Feed.
Yes.
You're going to be busy with all those kids coming with their parents shopping across the street, so good luck.
That's the idea.
We got a big parking lot going on
Okay. Ms. McDougall?
Thank you, Mr. Cudley. A couple questions. I'm just curious, why Aurora? How did you pick Aurora for that?
Well, we talked to a lot of different cities, and we found Aurora to be very pleasant to work with, helpful. You know, it's right in the middle of all, you know, really nice cities around us, so we wanted to bring the, you know, other cities, you know, people from other cities to come also. But we really enjoy the city. It's a grown city.
We see
It
a lot of
happens all the time.
opportunities in the city, so that's where we want to be.
Okay.
A lot to do with demographics, with real estate trends, and I think one of the biggest decisions was just meeting with Denise from zoning and how she approached this and how excited she was and willing to work with us compared to other cities that didn't even want to have a conversation with us. I guess it's going to be their loss. Right.
Okay.
Also, if I may,
Yes.
I'm just thinking with the outlet and the school and your place, the traffic nightmares, that is that something you've looked into, or?
Most definitely. We did a traffic study. This is one of the topics we're discussing to see if there's going to be additional turning lane required. And then we're going to work with ODOT to see what, if anything, can be done. But we're definitely taking that into consideration and make sure that we're not causing any traffic jams. And we want our customers to be happy, and we want to work with the city and with the school, with the Aurora, to make sure that nothing impacts current flow. And, you know, we're here to make sure customers are happy. If they're stuck in traffic for 2 hours and then have to park 2 miles away and walk, their experience is not going to be pleasant. So we want to make sure there's sufficient parking and traffic patterns are there to help them, not to have them return to us.
Yeah, we have 200 parking spaces just for our
Okay.
building.
I don't want kids, and parents park in Aurora Outlet and then walk across the busy intersection. We don't want that. We want to make sure they have enough spaces. And we've done a thorough feasibility study that accounts how many customers we're going to have at one time, the busiest times, slower time, to make sure we have enough parking to accommodate everyone. So, yeah, we're taking this very seriously.
Right.
Well, for one, I'm grateful that you've chosen Aurora, and it's encouraging to hear that the experience working with the members of our city was so positive for you, so
It is.
thank you.
Just a minute, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, members of council. I just wanted to address the traffic issue. The city is very focused on this, and in fact, you'll recall in our phase 2 of this connectivity project, we are trying to bring sidewalks to the outlets there, and we have even discussed putting a crosswalk. And with this new development, obviously, we may need to consider reconfiguring that intersection a bit. And in fact, representatives of the outlets have even indicated they might be willing to even change their entrance to accommodate a reconfiguration. So this is going to take a while, but it is certainly being reviewed. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Barner?
Yes, thank you, Councilman Cudley. I think it's an exciting thing. I mean, goodness, we got two great things in our city, and why not Aurora? We love living here, and I have 4 children from 6 to 15, so it's exciting to have something for them to do. Just in the past few weeks, saying that they're bored, and can you imagine being bored in the summertime, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's fantastic. You'll have many people in the city so excited for this. When I read this, I was thrilled and couldn't wait to hear, being more extrapolated tonight from you all and hearing the exciting news. Obviously, I know here at council will review everything with the traffic study, and I'm glad that you've already done your homework on that too, which is outstanding. But you picked a great city to do it in. There's wonderful people who will be thrilled to have a theme park. My question to you is actually in 2 parts. When is your expectation for this to actually have a grand opening or some type of date in mind? And then my second question to you, it sounds like the Ritz-Carlton compared to Fun and Stuff, and Zip City's not on wanting to put a label on it, but we have Zip City down the road, although that is not in Aurora, that is in Streetsboro. So this will be nice to keep the money here in our city, obviously, selfishly. But if you can maybe even just describe that a little bit different, how you differentiate from the two, and obviously, more importantly, the date for you all. Thank you.
Well, we're shooting for August 2016 or sooner. We hope the winter this year is not going to be as bad as last year, so so we can continue with the building. So that's our goal. Closer to that time, we'll definitely would love to have a grand opening, invite everyone, and make it a big event. And we're going to be talking to a couple of PR companies to help us coordinating that. In regards to the facility itself, we are definitely different. We're not Chuck E. Cheese. We're not
Zip City.
Zip City. This is going to be
The difference is we have a lot of different things in one place. The biggest thing is obviously going to be customer service, the cleanliness. When people come to spend money, they want to get service, and this is what we're going to provide. And that's what's going to make us different. Is we're going to have many different attractions for parents and kids to do together.
Nowadays, people don't have to leave house to be entertained. You can be on your iPhone or iPad. So we have to make something amazing, something wow, so kids and parents want to leave their house and come to our facility, and that's what we're going to do. There's actually Birthday University that we attended that teaches you how to throw birthday parties and what to do, and it's a science behind it. When we took the class, I was amazed. I'm like, I wish somebody did that for my birthday. So our goal is gonna make it to make the facility where parents and kids, when they leave, they're gonna say, wow, they did all that for me. We wanna have that experience of wow. So that's what our goal is.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, any other questions or comments? We need a motion to forward this to council for its first reading this evening. It's been moved and seconded to forward this to council. Seeing no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, that motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
That brings us to the end of our agenda. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
It's
Second?
been moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that motion passes. We are adjourned.